got today? What do we got today? First, we've got a pull day. So back, biceps, some rear delts, and might throw some like other shoulder stuff into the mix. But the more important stuff, what we actually care about right now, is the pre-workout. And I already put like half a scoop of the essential sour as fuck in here. And since I am a big coffee drinker and I like to train in the morning, I have a double shot of espresso, some raw replenished chocolate, and let me tell you, if you make an Americano, mix those two together, delicious. But with that being said, before the gym, I go heavy on the pump. So we'll do like a scoop and a half, close to 2 scoops, and that'll be a little pre-workout mix. And fun fact, I just heard something. Gila Mix is getting bought out by Yeti. I thought that was very interesting. But I heard something this morning, and I think it was when I was getting my coffee or like during my morning walk or something. Might have been like a podcast. But I've been listening to Chris Williamson a decent bit, and very insightful people he has on there. Even himself, very smart guy, and very enjoyable to listen to. But somebody was talking about the fact that the world, at least it was a saying, and I'm sure you heard it 1,000 times, by your parents or getting yelled at. The world doesn't revolve around you. And I don't agree, bro. I don't agree at all. If you think about it, what you believe in, the opinions you have, the way you perceive the world, ultimately that's going to be your reality. That's going to be the world that you see. And I got a text yesterday and it pissed me off so bad to the point where I spent my whole day yesterday thinking about it, went to sleep, woke up this morning, and it's still a topic of conversation today. And if you're watching this, you just know I love you, but I feel like it's insightful. It's insightful for the people. So thank you for taking the L on this. But and another note, if you do have friends, I hope you do have friends. Mine are very limited, very selective with the people I have in my circle, which I think everybody should be. Small circle is the best way to live life. But tell your friends you love them, because I feel like a lot of people don't do that. Like a lot of people don't express how they truly feel about the people they care about. And it's just like, bro, it feels nice. It feels nice to know that, you have somebody in your corner, even if it's not like a romantic relationship. But on that note, if you do have a crush, if you do like feel romantically inclined to like towards somebody, I think you should say how you feel. Not only does it get it like off your chest and like into the world, but you never know what could come from it. But tell your friends you love them. And getting back on track, the text that pissed me off was pretty much saying that this person gained 5 pounds in the past week, and they were unhappy with it, whatnot, that type of shit. And it's very easy to stay on top of it. You have to put a little more work into something. Well, if you want a desired result, obviously you have to put work into something. But when it comes to managing your weight, it's a very easy system. It's a very easy breakdown. And the main points, there's pretty much 4 main points here. Following a diet, sticking to it, training hard, doing your cardio, and getting your steps in. And a lot of those are like interchangeable too, because with cardio, you do your steps. With your training, you're also moving around. So you're burning calories there. And then obviously food is one thing. And I feel like that's the hardest thing for a lot of people. But as soon as you like switch your diet from shit foods to whole foods and actually get enjoyment out of them, like if you do want a snack, instead of eating a family-sized bag of chips, you can grab an apple, a little bit of peanut butter, spice it up a little bit, do like a whey protein drip, some shit like that. I feel like as a whole, if you want to lose weight, if you want to gain weight, those are the 4 main points you got to really like just lock into. And obviously there's other things like your micronutrients and your rest and recovery, and I feel like nobody really cares about that or talks about it too often, because I definitely do think the other points outweigh those. But yeah, bro, it pissed me off because they said that they can't they can't follow a diet, they can't get their cardio in, and they can't get their steps in. And I feel like training is one thing, but as soon as you limit yourself, that not only does it put a cap on you, but I feel like it diminishes your whole existence because that carries on to like into so many other areas of your life too. And I feel like living a restricted life like that, where you don't believe in yourself, you can't push yourself. It's like it's not the best way to live. Obviously, I'm not going to be a dick because, like I was saying before, I love my friends and I try to be supportive when I can. So I pretty much told him that, and that's the response that I got. And it's one thing to hear somebody complain about something one time, but if they continue to do it, especially a friend, I feel like one of the most important things that you got to do, and just like since you are their friend, is to put them in their place because a lot of other people, people don't care about them. Those are people that are going to be like, oh yeah, go get a burger, or go fuck off. You don't have to train today. You don't have to get your cardio in. But if you truly care about somebody, I think like knowing the goals that they have, if you're able to kind of push them a little bit harder so they achieve them and keep them on track, that's what a true friend is. And if you can be that person for somebody, not only are they gonna appreciate it, but I feel like it gives like you a sense of accountability too, because you're recognizing that and like you're implementing those things into their life, and it makes it a little bit easier to implement them into yours. But getting back to that original saying, the world doesn't revolve around you. When when it comes to all this stuff, if you don't believe that you can do something, then you're not going to be able to do it. But if you're a believer, if you're a doer, if you say you're going to do something, get shit done, if you have a goal in mind that you want to accomplish, like your body just like naturally does it. And on the flip side of that, if you're more of like a negative person, or you talk down to yourself, and you don't have the best opinions about yourself, then you're going to think that you can't do stuff. Your perception of the world is going to be a lot different than that positive person. And bigger picture, I think there are a lot of very tempting things in life, but one of the most important things that has helped me realize that I want to kind of like evolve as a person, and just be the best person I can be, is the fact that I want to stay loyal to my future, not loyal to all those little temptations in life. Driving on the street, you see so many fast food spots and all these good food places, but I know at home I got chicken and rice, beef and rice, and a shit ton of apples because, like I was saying before, I'm an apple lover. I got 10 tubs of protein and pretty much all the food that I should be eating on the meal plan. And if, if I'm feeling it a little bit one day and I need an extra meal here, a meal there, a little snack, that's what I'm going to have. I'm not going to get the burger. I'm not going to get the shit food. But that's just my take on it. The world does revolve around you. And the world that you see is the world that you're going to experience. And that's my take for the day. And this pre starting to hit. This shit's really good, bro. Let me tell you. Let me give you a little taste test real quick. I don't think I've done this. I'm sure you've seen me drink pre 1,000 times, but this is pretty much like sweet tarts. It's not too sour, not too sweet. Very easy mix of sweet tarts, kind of sour patchy, but not overpowering. And one of my favorite things about it is that you can mix either the pre or the pump with another flavor, and I think it just brings that flavor, like it makes that flavor a little bit more enjoyable because it gives it like a nice little sour kick. But anyways, we've got a pull day today. But one more thing before we get into the gym is that a lot of people also say that you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. But I think those people are wrong too, because who the fuck is to tell you that you can't go out and get more eggs? But like I said, we got a pull day. I'm going to stretch a little bit, finish this pre, and then we're gonna get firing. So see you in the gym. Ooh. Oh, come on. Oh, more. Okay, more. Ooh. Shit. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. It always gets the blood going in the beginning of a pull day. Honestly, I think it's got to be one of my favorite ways to start back session because you get such a nice contraction and then the stretch on the way up. I think I'm about like 2 sets in right now, and my back pump is phenomenal. But typically run this for 2 to 3 top sets, just because it is one of those movements that feel like really good for me. And maybe even a day like today where I have like a really good connection with it, might do like 4 or 5. But overall, it's feeling really damn good. And for the majority of the workouts today, they'll probably be within that like 2 to 3 set range, anywhere between like 8 to 10 reps. But this one's feeling damn good. Okay, yep. Hey. Whew. Whew. Oh, more. Come on. Whew. Yep. Whew. 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 So, look, so many things that you can do for back. Upper back, low back, mid back, lat dominant, whatever it is. But towards the beginning of my sessions, I love to start off with that previous movement, just to get that nice blood flow like I was talking about, and then move over to something that's going to hit like just a little bit of everything. The main parts of your back, a nice like mid back range in a single arm row like this, seated preferably. You could do dumbbell, you can get like a T-bar or even like a barbell, but I feel like I have the best connection with this machine. And you have the most energy towards the beginning of your workout, so it only makes sense to do something that's going to hit like the biggest part of your back, the main muscle. But feeling really good. Got 4 plates on, and probably run this for 2 sets, like I was saying, and move on. But overall, we're feeling pretty good today. I feel like that pre is smacking me in the face right now, so it's always a good feeling. All right, moving on to a T-bar row. This is seated T-bar row. I haven't seen many seated T-bars in my days, but this gym has one, and it's pretty good. I don't mind it. But my upper back, this is where we're pretty much focusing on that upper back region, a little bit of trap, mainly in the middle. Getting like a little bit of a wider grip, really stretching it out, almost like accentuating, almost overstretching the back, and then really pulling up with force, squeezing at the top, and then letting it back down slowly. That's where we're at today. But I do have like a little bit of a knot in that upper back region. So I'm not going to go too crazy with the weight, at least at first. I just ran this first set, did about like 12 and then stopped. But I think this might be a machine where a good, like, the typical 3x10, 4x10 rep range, that might work for me here. Typically, I feel like if you were to do like a 3x8, 4x8, 4x10, whatever the fuck it is, you're just like selling yourself short, because I think you can get the majority of your work done with 2 top sets that are just like you're going balls to the wall, like working really hard. And I don't think the 3x8 is like 4x8, whatever the fuck I'm saying, is very ideal. But in a circumstance like this where something's feeling a little bit off and I really just want to focus on a squeeze, that's what we're gonna run. But let's get into it. All right. Okay. Yep. Yep. 3. Oh. Okay. I think I'm just being a pussy. I'm gonna put another plate on. Okay. Over. Ooh. Ooh. Come on, Vaughn. Ooh. Ready? More. Ooh. More. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Okay. Ooh. 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 That's what I'm talking about. I think that was just about 8. I lost track. But if you're hitting failure on the 8th rep, I wholeheartedly don't believe you can get 4 sets with that same intensity back to back to back to back. So really working for a solid 2, I think that's good enough to then, move on from there. If you're feeling 3, you know, dropping it down to like a 6 to 8 rep range from an 8 to 10, that could be sufficient, but 4 seems like a little much, a little excessive in my eyes. The midriff creeping out. All right, blocking. Come on. No fucking around. Yep. Oh, fuck. Come on. Yep. Okay, that's better. Let's go. More like that. Yep. Oh, fuck. Whew. 2. Come on. One more. Oh, fuck. Oh. Whew. Whew. Okay. On to. Whew. Shit. On to a pull down. Typically, usually like this mag grip, and especially today since I forgot my straps. It's a little bit easier on the forearms, but running this for the typical, 2 or 3 sets. Really trying to keep the elbows tucked into the side and engaging those lats. And I feel like when you're not using straps, and your forearms are taking over and you're nearing the end of your session, it's very easy to kind of fall off track and not keep everything tucked and use the muscles you should be using. But before every repetition, I try to stay conscious of that. Just like keep that in the back of my head. Obviously, when you're in a set, training intense, it's very easy to forget. Half the time I don't even count my reps, but it's one thing you should make sure of. But I'm excited for the post-sesh pump, post-sesh, post-sesh pump reveal. I was at a loss of words for a second. I'm just out of breath as is, and I feel like I got a bit of a head pump going, but still got the free kicking right now, which is fucking beautiful. And feeling good too because calories have been up and just getting that like a decent amount of food in before the gym. Like I said, I only had one meal, but it's a pretty big meal. And I've been saving my cardio for later in the day because I feel like if I were to do it back to back in the morning and then get out of the gym by 10, 11 o'clock and then have five more meals to have throughout the day, it's like I'm not using that energy that I'm putting in. So that's why I like to break it up. Either do faster cardio or evening cardio, train somewhere in the middle. And at least it might just be like a placebo for me, but I feel like I'm using that food when I do break it up. But with the extra food, I've been feeling pretty full, a little bit stronger, and just overall, I think it's helping me get some life, which is really nice. So that's why I'm excited for the pump check. But feeling damn good right now. Feeling some biceps. Starting off with the drag curl. I don't know if you can see the machine, but basically it's like a cable cross machine with the two arms. But you can do the single arm, double, whatever you fancy. But we're running both arms at once today, and this is just one of the best ways to start biceps. And personally, I like to sit in this like little stretch here for a second, just really feel it, and then get into the movement. But let's get after it. Whew, okay. Yep. All right. Yep. Okay. Whew. Whew. More. Whew. Yep. More Vaughn. Come on. Whew. Fucking go. Come on. Oy. 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 Okay. Whew. I try to get at least the first half of every movement like with really good form. And then once I hit that point where I'm starting to feel taxed and I'm just kind of, you know, at that point of just being drained, I can't hold the form that well. That's when I just start firing away because like form is obviously very important, but I feel like the more stimulus you can get on the muscle, and especially towards the end of a movement like that, just really fucking going at the end, that is going to help a lot. But it also helps get a really nice pump, which is exactly what we want. But for the drag curl, setting up, it's not your typical dumbbell curl. A lot different. At least, I guess it's basically the same thing. You're fucking curling the weight up. But setting up in front of it and then literally dragging it up, more of like a dragging motion than like a typical like curl, I feel like you get like a lot better squeeze, a lot better stretch, and all around, I can wholeheartedly say it's got to be one of my favorite curl movements. Overall bicep movements. I usually like to just fire out my entire lift all at once, but after that curl, I wanted to keep the pump for the pump check, so here we are. And also, this posing room is like slim picking sometimes too, so it's kind of hard to get into, and I saw it was open, so I just shot my shot with it. And you know, if something's available for the taking and you want it, you should go out and get it. But this is what pump's looking like. 8 weeks post show right now, so that's what we're looking like here. Oh. Yep, okay. Oh. Whew. Whew. I don't know if I still have a back pump. It feels like it's low pumped, but I can't really tell. Ugh. Whew. 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 That's what we're looking like. Post pull day, post back session, post bicep. Not post rear delt. Haven't hit those yet, but I'm going to. But calories, about 3,600 right now on a training day, and then for rest days, bump down just about like 3K. But I've been throwing in some extra fruit. Avid fruit lover, so I'll add like an apple or two when I can. But this is the physique. Overall, that was a really good session, to say the least. I've really been enjoying my solo sessions. You know, I think it's wonderful to have a training partner to kind of push you, but I've been finding a lot of peace in the gym, just really getting in there, you know, just me, my music, and obviously the weights themselves, and just like really getting after it. You know, it brings me, honestly, it brings me joy. And I feel like a lot of people, especially you, I know you can resonate with this. Somebody asked me what I do for fun, and I'm like, bro, I just go to the gym, hang out with my dog, and I'm a homebody, so, you know, I don't really be going out much. But the gym has brought me so much peace in my life. And, you know, it's honestly, bro, it's the highlight of my day. And, you know, obviously I love to eat and shit too, but training is just one of those things that it hits different all the time. And when you are having a bad day, like even today, yesterday, I woke up kind of in a shit mood, went and trained, felt so much better. And then same thing kind of happened today, where I don't know if I just been waking up on the wrong side of the bed or what's been going on, but once I get into the gym, it's like I feel like a new person afterwards. But we're heading back to home base right now, and I've got a lovely, lovely, lovely post-workout meal coming my way. And I also got something in that I want to show you. Very exciting, because like we were talking about before with the whole meal prep kind of thing, I've got a hack. So if you're having trouble staying on plan, I got something for you. But I'm hungry as hell. We're about to pull up, so I will see you inside.
Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. Oh, hi. 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 Pretty good. Pretty good.
This is what we're working with for the post-workout meal. I don't know why the bowl looks so dirty, but 95 grams of apples. We got 90 grams of Chex, and then we've got the lovely whey drip. This is 2 scoops of the red velvet, my collab protein with raw. And if you throw a little bit of salt in with this mix, bro, it is absolutely phenomenal. What are you whining about, dude? You want some? You want some? But this is what I was talking about with the little meal prep hacks. MegaFit has these little protein packs. This is beef. They got chicken. Then it's not as dialed as that, but we have a carne asada bowl, which I haven't tried yet, but looks absolutely amazing. And then obviously I'm a huge pizza guy, so for a next cheat meal, not even a cheat, bro, the calories on this are really good. 400 calories for a whole pizza, which is cracked, but that's what we're working with. Why are you licking it, dude? It's not yours. If you're able to keep your foods fun, switch it up, and like actually eat stuff you enjoy, like, bro, that's a cheat code. Even this, like, carne asada bowl, come on. And you'll be saving money. You don't have to go to Chipotle. And honestly, you get more out of that because, you know, bigger portion size, and it's also a lot healthier because you know what you're putting in your body. But even for something as simple as this, cereal and apples. You know, on my meal plan, it's supposed to have bananas, but if you have a basic understanding of macros, then you can interchange certain foods, you know? Like, I believe 120 grams of banana, something in that range, maybe a little bit more, is just about 25 grams of carbs, and 95 grams of apple are also 25 carbs. So instead of the banana, use an apple today. And something like this, I think this meal, it's a little carb heavy just because that's typically what the post-workout meal is. Low on fat, high protein, high carb, just to refuel the body. And fats aren't the best post-workout, but they're really good to have throughout the day. So I usually eat something like this, like the beef, avocados, peanut butter, just like healthy fats. But that's what we're working with. And overall, it's only about noon right now, but it's a beautiful day. I've been so appreciative of my days lately, and I just really look forward to waking up every single day, you know. Really been trying to love life, and if you love life, I think that'll lead you to a happy life. So just call my name. Really looking forward to eating this. But thank you for watching the video. Let me know how you like this sort of like daily vlog kind of deal, because I enjoy making them, and it's something that I really want to keep doing. So let me know. Thank you for watching the video. We have huge sales coming up, by the way. 40% off on supplements for Raw Nutrition. YOUNGLA is having a huge sale. I think it's like 30% off. So now is the perfect time to stock up on anything you need. I'm doing huge giveaways. I'm not going to announce them yet, but Raw is also giving away this crazy truck, and then YOUNGLA always does some crazy stuff too. So stay in tune for that. Use code Vaughn. Send me your orders on Instagram. If you're not tapped into the Instagram, it's Vaughn Walker with 2 N's in Vaughn. Give that a follow, like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Almost at 100K. We're almost there. But thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.